the new Sony projectors. Let's get into that. New Sony projectors, the 295, the 695, and the 995 ES. Native 4K projectors. They're going to cost a little bit of money. The 295 is the successor to the 285, which is going to get you started the $5,000 range. Main differences that you're going to get in these projectors: you're going to get that native 4K resolution, but you're going to get like 1600 lumens with no dynamic iris. So if you want to get into like true 4K resolution on your big screen, they're still kind of kicking it off at $5,000 as entry level. Which, if you're really into 4K, I really think that you need to have a 4K projector. Unless you've got a ton of money, you can buy like these 100-inch, Z9D, Z9F that's coming out. I feel like anything that's like under 100 inches is like, for 4K, it's usually like kind of a tough thing unless you're sitting really close to your TV. But for $5,000, I mean, that really gets you into like 250 inches, maybe 300 inches. The 295 Sony ES 4K projector, I think that's a good bet, especially if you have the space for it. But for me, I mean, I may have to sell off my 675 ES to pick up this 695. I mean, it's only $10,000. Mine was $15,000 when I got mine. Major difference here is that you're gonna get, well, right off the bat, you're gonna save $5,000 already, and then you're gonna get a full 18 gigabit HDMI, which is gonna be able to pass. It's gonna be able to pass 4K 60 at 10-bit color space with 420. The one that I have, even though they kind of touted that it was 18 gigabit, it was really only 13.5. So watching Billy Lynn wasn't like a reality because it could only pass 4K 30 at 10-bit. So if you were a video gamer, that was like, everybody was like kind of like up in an uproar because they had kind of touted the whole 18 gigabit capability. And then gamers found out it was only 13.5, you weren't getting 4K 60. So they kind of corrected themselves this year with the new models that you're going to get 4K 60 frames per second. Which, let's face it, there's not really any movies except for Billy Lynn that's 4K 60. So everything that I watch, aside from that movie, was just fine. But if you're a video gamer, that was kind of a big deal. So this year's models are going to be more video game oriented. And there's also going to be the Sony 295 ES, which is only $35,000. It's going to be their new laser projector with 2200 lumens of light output and a drastically better lens with a 18 lens element and like automatic tone mapping and all that good stuff for only $35K. Something that I'm not going to be able to afford unless Sony wants to send me one to review. Kindly take it. So that's the big news for Sony 4K projectors. I'm kind of excited to check out the new 695. Hopefully I can get my hands on it. I'd love to upgrade to that. But then again, JVC announced their new models as well.